All right, we're back.
Hey.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great.
We are on episode 20.
Huzzah.
It's gone so quickly. We're going to be looking at a film today that I think got a bad rap.
Yeah.
People really, I remember, people really, really hated this movie.
I felt like it was criticized
Pretty harshly.
And
I get why, because it's not good.
Well,
but it's not terrible.
it's not terrible.
You said this. You were like, it's not as bad, as.
Yeah, there's some movies that I literally I almost can't sit through. It's
right.
torturous. It's this is so bad.
But we take this mantle on for you guys. That's what we do.
But this one, it was entertaining.
There was plenty
watched
of entertainment moments. Yeah, absolutely.
It was fine.
Yeah, it was. It's not something that I'm like, ooh, I can't wait to watch this one again. Yeah. And I don't think I'll probably ever watch it again.
Right. There was also enough things that were confusing in it.
Yeah.
That I was like, I'm going to stick with this because I really genuinely don't know what's happening right now.
Right. But I think that's just because the story was kind of weird.
Yeah,
that's
it was
fine.
a little bit strange.
Yes. So again, we're episode 20. We are reviewing. We should tell people what we're reviewing, what we're talking about. Madam Web. Madam Web.
I was not as familiar.
Yeah, with the character?
With Madam Web as you were.
You're talking about the character or the film?
The character.
Okay.
I don't know. You grew up reading the comics.
I did some.
I became sort of a comic fan later.
Later in life, yeah.
So, this wasn't somebody that I really had a lot of knowledge about before the movie.
Yeah, I don't think Madam Web is the character this off the shelf oh, Madam Web, of course.
Of course.
Of course. That old chestnut.
I thought she was like the female version of Spider-Man.
Spider-Man?
Yeah, she was shooting webs around town.
Yeah, no.
Swinging around. She's not that.
She's not. She's a mental lady.
The web has nothing to do with actual webs.
Yeah, it's the web of destiny and fate.
Yeah, the web of our choices.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in the comics, she always... it's weird because I remember seeing comics of her where she was this older woman, and then other ones of where she was almost like a cosmic being, and it was weird. It was I don't really know exactly.
Right.
And I think it changed. I think her origin story changed quite a bit, but...
Sure. As did all of our favorite heroes.
Right. You throw something
There's
against the wall.
many universes out there, as we've learned.
Right. You throw something against the wall, if it sticks, you're like, keep doing that, kid. Keep doing that.
Right. And with powers like hers that are not super defined, I feel like they would have the freedom to kind of do whatever they want with her. Because they're she can kind of change and manipulate and all that kind of stuff.
Well, this is the 2024 offering from the Sonyverse. From the Spider-Verse.
They're still cranking them out.
They're cranking these stinkers out,
They are holding on tight to that contract they have.
They do not want to release that contract.
They will not let go of that. Good for you, Sony.
Good for you to keep on cranking out the turds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, it's not that bad. Oh, it's a turd. But... It really could have been, I feel
it's not a masterpiece.
Better. It's not. It's not a masterpiece.
But...
It's a piece. But,
this is always my test of it. If I turn the TV on and it just happens to be on...
Yeah.
Will I change the channel or will I watch it? At least to the next commercial break.
Okay.
This one, I feel like if I turned the TV on and it was on, I'd sit and watch it.
Really?
At least until
I would have made a sound and flipped it. I would have gone, ooh.
Said never again. Yeah,
well, it's just because I feel like
I would watch it again. Not tonight.
I feel like there's some storyline. Yeah, I feel like there's some storylines that could have really made this a lot better.
Yeah,
and so I guess that's what I'm going to. So I'm going to actually propose kind of a dramatic flip for this.
You pretty much have a teardown for this.
Yeah,
movie.
I've got a kind of a gutting of this one. Yes, which a lot of people are like, well, that's not the movie, and I'm like, I get it. but this is what I would have done.
Right. This is a fix. Yeah.
This is a full body fix for this one.
Right.
Yeah.
Some
are minor
some
dents.
remodels.
Yeah.
You got to tear some walls out,
Yeah. This is a gutting for me, but and people can disagree, and that's cool. That's really cool. I mean, there might be people out there that are like, Madam Web is...
How dare you touch...
How dare you? Which we have experienced, actually. Now, we've experienced that very recently.
We did.
We keep getting people that, like, are commenting, like, how dare you touch this movie? And I'm like, it's not the Bible. It's not sacred. Calm down.
It's a story.
Yeah, it's a story.
We can tell them what movie it is.
People really hated that we did The Last Starfighter.
Yeah.
They hated it.
The thing is, most people who have an issue with it didn't actually listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
Because in the podcast, we say how much we love that movie.
Yeah.
How nostalgic it is. How it's deeply rooted in our childhood.
Yes.
But
they're like, don't you touch that. You need to fix yourself, sir. I'm like, fix myself? Dude, calm down.
Don't we all? Don't we all need to fix ourselves?
We all need to fix ourselves.
But the point is, yes, we love that movie. Just because we love a movie doesn't mean it can't be improved on or have things about it that are fixed to make it better. That's all we're saying.
Well, this one, people might love this one, but I doubt it. Okay. So
we're not expecting the same type of reaction.
Pushback? No. I think people like bring it on. I think Sony's on the other line writing it down, going, got it, next time.
They're like, tear it down.
Yes.
Take it to the studs.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's get a summary real quick, and then we'll kind of jump in. All right. So this is, like I said, 2024. So it's very recent. It follows Cassandra Webb.
Cassie.
She's played by Dakota Johnson. She's a New York paramedic whose near-death experience, because she saves a guy on a bridge, right? And then she falls in the water. Right. And it just kind of unlocks this clairvoyant ability thing that allows her to just kind of briefly glimpse timelines in her future.
Right. Things that are going to happen.
Yeah. And possible. What can possibly happen? It's kind of like, this is, but she's thinking she's going crazy. She doesn't know what's going on.
Right. At first, she's confused.
Yeah. She foresees then the death of these 3 young girls that are on the train, which was the most beautiful. At first I thought, we thought it was a subway. I was like, Subway is posh.
Yeah,
that was really nice.
I thought she was getting on a subway.
It
was a train, so
it was nice.
Maybe we didn't realize that trains had luxury seating like that.
Yeah. Some people were like, luxury? I'm like, it is to us. I used to sit on hard
that
subway
train
benches.
was like, yeah,
it looked nice. Yeah, it was like
those seats.
You expected the trolley to come by and go, something from the trolley days.
Yeah,
it was a nice little train.
That was a nice train.
It was a nice train. So anyway, she sees the death of these 3 women on the train, and they she realizes they're all kind of connected to this larger destiny, and she becomes their very reluctant protector, which seems to always be the way with their heroes. I'll reluctantly be a hero this time.
You dragged me into it.
I know. And she's hunted. They're all hunted by Ezekiel Sims, which is a guy that was linked to her mother's past. Because we found out, at the very beginning, we see Cassie's mom in the jungle.
Peruvian jungle.
Hunting this special spider.
Yeah.
And when she found it, this Ezekiel guy killed everybody there and stole the spider and took off. Right.
Because this spider
is amazing. It's an amazing.
It gives you powers.
It's an amazing spider. Man.
It is, man.
It's it's yeah. Was that too far?
No, that was great.
Okay. So Cassie's got to then learn to master her own powers, confront the trauma, and decide whether the future is fixed or it can be written. She's got to figure out all these things. And then it kind of explores free will and redemption, and the cost of honestly seeing too much. Like, how far do you take this?
Right.
And all that. So that's kind of the basic breakdown. In the end, of course, she saves the girls, and they basically form a little super team, and she's their mama. Mama Webb.
She adopts them
and the little baby
as her
spiders.
own.
Yeah. So things we liked. Well, one, it wasn't quite as bad as I think people thought it was or said it was. It wasn't unbearable. It wasn't like a trauma film or something that's just B movie or something like that. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
And honestly, the mom. Okay, so I liked her journey. I liked her motivation.
Madam Webb's mom?
Yes, Madam
Okay.
Webb's mom.
Okay.
Because she's in the jungle, and Cassandra's thinking the whole time, she's like, my mom went into the jungle whenever I was
Right. She
super
chose
pregnant
her research
over me, and she
protecting
died.
me.
And she died, and blah, blah, blah. And then you learn in the film, actually, her baby was really sick, and she was like, I'll take whatever risk I need to take, even traveling, being super pregnant, to find a cure to save my baby. And I'm like, oh, yes, that's a deep, real connection. I love that motivation. Of course, you do anything as a parent to save your kid.
Yes.
That is a great motivation for. So I like those things. And there's there's some cool things because they do got the money.
Mm-hmm.
They made some really cool visuals in different places.
Yeah.
I liked it. I liked those kinds of things. So
I agree. I thought some of the action sequences were pretty interesting, although Madam Webb doesn't necessarily have fighting skills.
yeah,
so
she's
there
got
wasn't
brain skills.
So there wasn't a lot of like fighting, sequences going on. But overall, I thought that it was kind of interesting. It was a little bit confusing. I was okay to kind of go down the journey with them, trying to figure out what was happening to her, and trying to figure out like how these powers are going to all work out, because we all know she's getting powers. I mean, that's not a mystery, right?
Right.
Like, we know going in she's a superhero of some kind. So just kind of going down that path, it was entertaining.
Right. Hot take missteps. You want to go first?
Well, I mean, really, I guess my biggest misstep is that, Dakota. Cassie, sorry.
Webb.
Cassie has her mom's old journal, and in there's a picture of her mom and the main villain
Ezekiel,
of the story, Ezekiel. And she pulls out the picture in front of the three girls, and the girls are like, so you know him?
They're like, oh, that's him, yeah.
That's him, you know him? And so, which I immediately found rather odd, because they had never actually seen him.
Yeah.
The only times that he appeared,
was always wearing a mask.
he was wearing... Yeah, he was completely covered and wearing a mask. And
so how would they know what
suit.
he looked like in a picture?
They had no idea what he looked like. The only reason Cassie knew what he looked like is because she saw him in a vision.
Right.
Before he actually attacked the girls.
Right. So how would the girls know?
The girls would have no idea what he looked like. But they saw that picture and they're like, oh,
it's him.
You're connected with him. Yeah. So that's my mistake.
Okay, my hot take misstep was the acting was terrible. That's just it. It was bad. I actually kind of liked it. I know that she's, a Nepo baby in Hollywood. I get that. I don't care. But I think she's actually a talented actress.
Yeah.
She was in Peanut Butter Falcon and was phenomenal in that film. I love that film. But here, I thought she was just flat as a pancake, man. Just no character. I thought she was like, this is going to be a dud. I'm not going to expend any energy.
She just put in just enough effort.
I'm phoning this in. And the thing is, the three girls, look, man, they were just awful casting. And I'm a teenager. I roll. Throw popcorn. Yeah. Do you remember being a teenager?
Yeah.
Do you?
They're probably well over the teenage age.
Oh, they're probably deep into their 20s, and they're like, hang on, like that's no.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it just was bad. The writing, especially the banter, was bad.
Right.
And they didn't have a lot to work with, but still, A good actor can make bad scripts look pretty good. And they are good I think they actually are good actors. But, I mean, from Ezekiel, I'm just like, dude, where did they dig you up from? This guy is just,
Ooh, ouch.
Bad casting.
All right, okay.
I did not enjoy it. I know. I'm sorry. I don't. Guys, I'm sorry if you're listening and Dakota, if you're mad, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's not your best work.
It's not your best work. You phoned this in, and you know you do. You know you did that. Feel guilty.
Oh, man.
I know.
Yeah.
Too far?
Well, no.
No.
I mean,
they just were not good.
It was, I don't know. I didn't mind Dakota's acting. I thought, I mean, her character was supposed to kind of be a little bit flat, maybe. The girls, it was a little bit painful.
It was painful.
It really
to watch.
was. The guy that played Ezekiel, I don't know that I recognize him from anything.
I don't know him
but
from anything. No. I'm sure he's an accomplished actor because they don't just get,
They didn't just hire him off the street.
No, they got people that did stuff. So, again, just guys, not your best work. I think you might have sensed how bad this script is, and you're all just went.
Or you got it and just didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, you just collectively were like, okay, guys, if we all do bad, we'll all look okay.
Yeah, we'll all be on the
Maybe.
We'll all be on the same
Yeah,
level.
nobody do bigger because if you do, we're all going to look like crap. So everybody just kind of be crap, and we'll all look like normal. That's what we did. All right, let's fix this thing, okay? Let's fix it. Let's jump in.
Are you going full in? Are we tearing it down right now?
I'm gonna tear it down now.
Okay, bulldozers.
Okay, yeah. It's
engine starting.
Can we fix it? Yes, we can. Thank you, Bob.
Thanks,
Bob. All right. So, they start off with this origin story. It's just very rushed and kind of flat. It dives straight into Cassie's powers without really giving a sense of who she was before. Her story is a paramedic. It honestly, it just was like, oh, she's a paramedic, and they're showing her driving and being super proud of her driving skills. And I'm like, what are we doing? Where are we at with this? What's happening? Yeah. I'm a good driver. Look at me. I'm like, are you going to show her parallel parking too, just to show that she can do it? What are you doing? We don't care.
I guess that was she's capable.
Show that she's capable. All right, cool. I'm driving. It just kind of leaves the audience kind of disconnected from her from the very beginning, in my opinion. Here's the deal. This is the teardown. I think there has to be a total rethinking, a reimagining of this storyline. I think, and this is the biggest thing of the whole deal. Mm-hmm. I think we meet Cassie well after she's gained her powers.
So, movie starts.
Yeah.
She has her powers. She's realized them. She
is Madam Web.
She's mastered them.
Yeah, she's like talking to somebody that maybe we're seeing off screen. She's got somebody that's like a person that, she's talking to, and they're like, yeah, we've got to take care of it. We got to find these girls. The whole movie, I think, needs to be about finding and protecting these girls. So in the exposition, I don't think it's Cassie's mom exposition or any of this. I think it's these girls. I think we see how they've been bitten by these spiders. We see that there's something that came in from this country, and there was a spider that was in it, and it accidentally bit her, and then it fell and it got squashed, and then there's other thing, and it came in from this, and however they got bit, and they're starting to discover these powers. And Cassie's entire thing for this entire movie is saving these girls and teaching them how to use their powers.
Okay.
I think she is a mentor in all. I mean, because in the comics, she was always this. It felt like this. It was a mentor type character.
Right.
And
she wasn't maybe necessarily a superhero on her own, but she helped to guide.
Yes, because that's what
other heroes.
That's what she was for Spider-Man the entire time. And so, if we show her finding and protecting these three girls from Ezekiel, because Ezekiel absolutely could have, and when we flash back to see that, he's the one that killed her mom, and that's all fine. We can still show that.
Yeah,
we can absolutely still show that. But whenever he did it, they said that he was cursed, and he did it for evil, and he was an evil person inside. And so when the venom came into him, it kind of amplified this evil that was in him, and that's cool. That's totally fine.
Sure.
But he's got a lot of the same powers that Cassie has. But like the whole thing is he sees these girls and he's like, I need to destroy them.
Okay.
Which we'll get into a little bit later. But I think the whole thing is we learn who Madame Web is as she's finding these girls to try to protect them and kind of teaching them who and what they are and what they could be as we move through the story. You kind of have this mystery then of just to solve of like, what is this? Who are you? What are you doing? Right.
So we don't fully know right away
that she's
Madame
Web.
Web's powers, or even that she is Madame Web. We are discovering her as these girls are.
That's right. And
her.
as they're can we even trust you? And as they're deciding who they should be trusting. Because, of course, she saves them a few times from this guy, and they're like, oh, maybe we should listen to her, right?
Right. So you start with kind of their own, they're on different paths, maybe the three girls.
Right.
But then you see her coming in and saying, I need you to do this.
Do this.
Come here, follow me, do this, do that. And at first they're resistant because they don't know. But then as they're seeing her sort of save them a few times, they're like, wait. She knows something that we don't know.
Right. So next issue, in the film, Cassie, connects to these girls, and she's kind of protecting them for a second, and I mean, she appears kind of out of nowhere, and then they bond.
Well,
right? They do.
Yeah.
They bond, but like, of course, they're like, who are you? I don't know. But like, they really do bond with her pretty deeply, and it feels super forced. The relationship, it has no emotional, strength to it at all. Like they're not listening to her, but they're 100% like, what do we do, Cassie? What do we do? Like, I don't know. It just felt kind of weird to me. I felt that was kind of an odd deal. Like, again, for this fix, because the story has changed.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I think when she's trying to save and protect them, she's revealing their powers to them, and they're like realizing what they can be.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And where they fit in the Spider-Verse,
Sure.
That this is this is important. I think the focus needs to be on the three girls and how Cassie can guide them. And of course, again, this should be recast. Let me reiterate the recasting of this film. 100%.
Well, okay, I'm just going to throw in one of my major issues is that I think they tried to have the three girls be different.
Yeah.
But they were all the same character.
They were all one note, same girl.
I mean, maybe the one girl was
like,
kind of...
I have glasses.
Yeah, was maybe kind of nerdy.
Scientific, and I'm a rebel. That's as far as you got, huh?
But they were all super angsty, and so was Madame Web.
Yeah.
So was Cassie.
Yeah.
It's like all the main girls had basically the same personality.
Absolutely. And I was just like...
I'm just going to say this. It wasn't a super likable personality.
No.
So it was like you're watching the main characters of this. You're watching her save these girls that are like kind of ungrateful and don't follow directions and want to do their own thing and want to rebel. And it's like, I if it was me, I'd be like, okay, you know what? You can deal with it yourself.
Right.
Which she actually did a couple of times, and they're like, no, we can't do this without you.
Right, exactly. That's what like they bond to her, and it was just like, why are you... Okay, and I'm going to throw an extra one in here. They also gave a really thin storyline of why they're on their own.
Right. All three of them are like taking care of themselves.
Yeah. One says she's a runaway because my parents don't really like me anymore.
Right.
My step-parents or whatever. The other one's my parents are rich and in like China. And the other one's like, well, my dad got deported. And I'm like, okay, look. I'm just going to throw this as an extra in here. You got to give them stronger... Again, if they show this backstory and you make it about these girls...
Right.
And show them how they actually are on their own, they've got to be on their own, doing their own thing, trying to survive. Okay?
Yeah.
And it could be even recently, like one of their parents, for one of the girls, they just have recently passed. They were killed in a fire or in a car wreck or whatever.
Right.
But they all do need to be alone, and not like, I mean, because the one girl's like, my parents are in China, but they probably still love you, girl. Dang. She's like, I'm gonna drop them like a rock. I'm out.
Yeah, she's like, my parents are just so busy making money. They don't even care about me.
Capitalism.
I just live with my housekeeper in a big mansion.
Oh,
boo hoo.
My life is so terrible. That's so bad. Anyway, all right. Next one. The psychic powers are kind of passive. Cassie's clairvoyance feels like almost like a parlor trick to me. It's like she sees things, and that's
it's almost like pick a card, any card.
Yeah. And it's reactive. Again, it doesn't. She doesn't shape the story. She just opens a window and saves a bird.
Right.
That's
because we're entering her story as she's learning her powers.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't really get the full depth of what she's capable of.
Right, and we should. I think for a fix, we reimagine the clairvoyance as not a magic trick, but like a strategic tool. Mm-hmm. Okay? She doesn't just see the future. She can experience multiple possible outcomes all at once. And it's kind of like, you remember in Tenet, like they have all those different sequences where they're moving in reverse and they're doing all these different... Yeah. You could do these kind of maneuvers as she's already seen them, and then she's changing the variables as she goes.
Right.
She's removing a line of the web here, moving it over there, making a new path over here. Mm-hmm. We could experience like there's the split realities, fractured mirrors, reversed motion, overlapping voices. And visually, that could have been really cool.
That could have been amazing.
That could have been really, really cool. So I think it's that kind of a feel for me. If we were able to, that could have been more fun.
Yes, so. I agree.
Act 2, the villain Ezekiel Sims is a one-note bad guy. Like most bad guys that we try to fix. Here's my one note. I'm going to play that sucker.
Yeah, his motivation is real weak.
Kill the girls before they kill me.
Yeah, he doesn't have quite the power that in this original telling. He doesn't have the power to see the future in the same way that Madame Web does.
Right.
He just keeps having like this dream over and over of these girls killing him, and he's like, I know it's going to happen. I just have to kill them first.
Right. And I think that's vague.
I mean, that's his whole motivation.
That's his whole motivation. I think for a fix, he's got basically the same kind of powers, but because they say that he's cursed, I think he has a very narrow perspective of the web. Okay, so I'm going to be referring to the web, and it's just kind of the web of like fate and destiny. That the thing that Madame Web is supposed to be really, I feel like, known for.
Right.
Of these are the things that she can see and the whole perspective of things. Mm-hmm. But so Ezekiel isn't just hunting to stop his death. I think that he sees a world-ending event.
Yeah.
I think he's seeing the destruction of the web itself. But because he's so narrowly, like, he's got such a narrow focus, he believes that it's a world-ending event. Now, he became powerful because he's manipulating, he doesn't just have strength and blah, 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 but he's manipulating future, right? He's able to see, he can go to the casino and see what it's going to land on, and he can acquire money and power very, very quickly. But because he's got this kind of narrow view of things, these future web girls, these spider women, are going to crash that down. And he's seeing that as the end of the world, and he's misinterpreting it as the end of the web, but it's in truth the end of his world.
Okay.
The end of his
web.
Like
his branch.
His branch is going to be brought down. His
branch of the web.
And he's seeing it as a destruction of the world. So again, we kind of give him a little bit of the thing of like, yes, I'm using this to manipulate, and I did do bad things to get here, but if I don't kill these three, the end of all things. But it's not true. And that's what Madame Web sees. She's like, it's not.
She sees the broader, bigger web.
She sees the bigger web. He's just seeing this little piece of his.
Right.
And he thinks it's the whole web, but it's not.
And I think in doing that, in kind of making him more of a match mentally
Right.
for her, what happens is, you, by developing the powers of the three girls, they can fight and match him maybe physically.
Right.
But then he's also having
Right.
this
Battle
mental
with
battle with Madame Web.
Right.
And then we get to see that too. We get to see him manipulate time and then her try to sidestep that manipulation, try to figure out what's real and what's not real, and kind of, I don't know. I just think that would be a really cool thing to see for the audience is how they match mentally.
Right, and that's what it leads directly into this next one, because I just felt that the middle dragged with repeated escapes and
we got away. Oh, now he found us again. We got away. He found us again.
Now,
now we got
I'm okay with that if they were fighting instead of just like hitting with a car. I think they hit him with a car twice.
Yeah.
Right?
Because they had no power.
They had no power. They couldn't do anything. So they were like, just hit him with a car.
Right.
Look, it drags because there was no action. Okay. So, yeah, Cassie and the girls, it just basically running and hiding most of Act 2. And I'm like, that's terrible.
Rather than being caught fighting him,
your way out of it.
Fighting your way out of it. And then, being caught again.
That's the fix. Turn the chase into not just a physical, but the psychological cat and mouse game. So, because Ezekiel, he has the future, casting ability and prediction powers too. Mm-hmm. So he shouldn't be like, how are they doing this?
Yeah.
He should absolutely be able to do this. And he's casting doubt into Madame Web. So he's creating false, fictional possibilities and storylines that she's got to navigate. Right. So he knows her powers, and he's setting traps.
Yeah.
In the future, designed to manipulate her visions. He's planting false futures, and then she's like, I can't trust that. I can't.
Right.
Right. That would have been really cool, right? And this creates kind of a tense battle of wits, and she's got to see beyond what she's seeing.
Right.
Right. She's got to, again, look at the whole picture.
And then it becomes more than just mind against
Right. It
muscle.
becomes outthink, as well. Right. It just kind of changes the dynamic and kind of makes it more of a mystery.
And then let the girls be the muscle.
Right. And the girls are being taught to use their powers at the same time, which would be really cool.
Again, it would be cool. Then we get a better training montage than doing CPR on a pillow. It was so funny.
Guys, the only training montage that you
came
got.
Up and you said, this is the training montage that we get.
Oh, God.
Literally, the only thing she teaches them.
The only thing she teaches them is how to do CPR.
The only thing she teaches them
funny.
in the whole movie is how to do CPR.
You guys, they've got the pillow down there with a hoodie on it, and she goes, all right, you do this with your hands, and then you got to do this, and you got to keep the rhythm. And she goes, when somebody gets tired, somebody else can take over. You stop, they die. And she, of course, the girl got tired really fast. Like, I'm getting tired.
3 seconds in, she was like,
oh,
okay,
God, I'm so tired.
I need someone else to take over.
And then she goes, you got to keep the same rhythm. And she goes, got it. And she didn't. I was like, oh, my God, they couldn't just cut up a little bit so you don't see her hands
they didn't
doing
edit that?
completely the wrong rhythm that she just did. Oh, boo.
Goodness. And even at the end, well, spoilers, they have to do CPR.
They do, which
on Cassie.
I was like, oh,
and the one girl does it for like 5 seconds, and then she's like, I'm tired.
Yeah. All right. Well, next problem. I felt that it could have used, and I feel like this with really all the Sonyverse, Spider-Verse things. They got it. It's supposed to be Spider-Verse, but they have no Spidey in the DNA of this at all. They just, it's tied to the lore, guys. Let it be. You own it.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? God, man.
We addressed this in Morbius. We addressed it in Craven.
Yes.
You have to bring it.
What's the fear here?
Bring that universe.
Oh, let's not do it.
I don't know. I don't understand. But bring that universe in. We're not saying Spider-Man has to come and land on the building.
That's right. I got to really or save the day. Like he's one of the things that kicks the guy off. Like, how do you do, guys? No. I'm not saying that.
Although I will say they're in New York and he never shows up once with all this going on. But anyway, continue.
All right. So for a fix, I think you use the mythology in the visual part of this, okay? The spider mythology, you just kind of visually place them in. Imagine Cassie, she's doing all these visions of all these different things. And all these different characters are on the different threads that are connecting. To the futures and things. She sees Peter Parker. She sees Venom. She sees Rhino, even like just different little connections in the time stops and the loops and the things that she's kind of created.
Right.
Just in that would be really cool.
Yeah, as we're seeing her sort of
maneuver,
figure out the different variables and trying to pick, okay, which one should I choose? We might see Spider-Man in this one and Venom in that one or whatever. Also, they showed the newspaper several times.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, one guy was looking at it in the diner. Like, how easy would it have been to just add a picture of Spider-Man somewhere on that page that he was looking at? Or little things like that, just to connect us and remind us, hey, this is the world that we're living in now.
I don't know why they're afraid of it. You need to jump in, Sony. All right, Act 3. There's really kind of one fix I've got for this, because if we do these other things, it's a different film anyway.
Yeah.
So, the final showdown, I just kept thinking, as she's going like, oh, duck, and move this. And that could have been the whole movie.
Right.
And that would have been so cool.
Right. Because at that point, by the end, she hasn't fully figured out her powers, but she's beginning to.
She's beginning to. And she should have been doing that.
And so she's like, move, duck, drop, stop.
If she had done that the whole movie, but it also now the girls are trained, that ending thing could have been sick cool.
Right. Like she is kind of like almost the commander who's sort of rallying the troops and telling them exactly what to do.
No, they're raw, but they've figured out their powers.
Right. But they know what they can do.
They know what they can do, but like he could still kind of overcome them because he's got experience. He's been doing this for a long time.
Right.
So it's going to take all of them to do it. So that's not, to me, too far out of the stretch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree with you.
So that's kind of the deal. I think it kind of undercuts what could have been, but and then also they pull that CPR bit back in.
Right.
Like, oh my god.
CPR bit back in. But yeah, when you see her sort of almost like conducting the girls at the end, you sort of realize, that's what this whole movie could have been.
Right.
And I know, like, even when we were talking about this, I was like, well, by entering the movie, with her already fully aware of her powers, we kind of lose her backstory. But the truth is we don't, because there's still opportunities for us to learn her backstory through the girls getting to know her.
Right. And
through even flashbacks
that's
and things like that.
And that's the thing. It still is a Madame Web movie, but at the end of this, you get Madame Web plus a fully realized, 3 Spider-Women, which would be so cool.
Right.
So, okay, so for a fix of this finale, I think the cooler thing would be this full time loop showdown between Cassie and Ezekiel, and she's doing all these loops and she's making, and they're having to see where to step, what to do, where to go, and each loop is slightly different, and they're trying to outmaneuver each other.
Right.
And the battle becomes kind of this, mental showdown, not brute force.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, she breaks the loop by making a choice that leads to her death.
Right.
She chooses to die, but of course, because he was like, she would never choose that one.
Right.
Because it would be her death. And then by doing so, it's the one that causes him to also be crushed and fall and blah, blah, blah. And then, of course, as she's falling, we're thinking she's going to die. And then her fully realized trio of Spider-Women swoop in
and save
her. But they think it also caused how she falls and whatever she does. It's blinded her and paralyzed her.
Right.
And they think, oh, that's the ending. But I'm going to give you kind of a little scoop loop here. at the end of this whole thing, I think it would be really super cool is if when they come in and they realize that throughout the entire thing, that was a projection of Madame Web from the very beginning. Because she's fully realized her powers, she had projected herself into those things.
So she's been in the chair the whole time.
She's been in the chair and paralyzed and without sight from the beginning. From the beginning.
So the Madame Web that they've been interacting with through the whole film is just a projection of herself.
The projection of herself that she needed to be there.
So she's so powerful.
Right.
That she can not only project herself, but she can project herself
as she
fighting.
Was. Right.
And she can create all of the time loops and everything from where she's at.
Where she's at, right.
Which is in the chair somewhere else.
In the chair somewhere else. And then, like, as they come into this new web thing, and we saw her talking at the beginning where she's like, I'm going to say this, people. We see other spider characters that she's been interacting with, even in other universes.
Oh, wow.
We could see, like, the whole scope of what she's really about.
Wow.
Right? And just open up the doors. And I think by doing something like that, you really open the floodgates of what it could be.
Right.
Instead of this little person from, that teaches CPR, it could have been really cool.
Again, it was entertaining. It was entertaining. But it wasn't epic.
Wasn't epic.
And it certainly wasn't,
It didn't open any of the universe, Spider-Verse doors. It didn't. Not for me. Not for me.
Right. And we, like you said, at the end of the movie, we're kind of left with almost the same people as we started with.
Right.
I mean, Madame Web obviously is like in the chair and everything, but we still don't quite fully understand what she's capable of.
Not really.
This movie could have shown us the
potential of
the depth of her powers.
It could have been a great superhero thriller.
It could have created 3 new superheroes.
Yes.
By the end of the movie.
Absolutely. And it could have been a really well put together character, study of these people instead of just being like, it could have been more like, kind of Minority Report meets Doctor Strange almost.
Yeah.
This really cool futuristic thing.
Where we're taken along for the journey to discover who she is and what these girls' powers are as they are discovering it.
Right. Just with stronger emotional grounding and even the psychologically driven storyline and psychologically driven villain.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. Give him a better motivation than just, I had a bad dream.
The visual style of the web and the web of fate and the of free will and all that, it could have just been a much better, deeper story that would be adding to the Spider-Verse instead of like hoping that people forget it.
Right. Not more confusing, not necessarily more complex, but deeper.
Right. So that's it. That's all we got. I think it's a really great film with potential, but just I think misused and just kind of miswritten, basically.
Yeah, we tore it down and we rebuilt the story.
Yeah. So
the way we thought it should have been done.
Yeah, so hopefully you guys agree. If you don't, again, that's okay. You don't have to. It's totally okay. Because clearly somebody didn't agree with us from the beginning.
You know what I would really love? I would really, really love to see comments of how you guys would fix this film. Like, how would you, like, if you were to tear this down and rebuild it, what would you do? Yeah.
Because that's just my thoughts on it. I mean, I don't know. I liked it. I like the idea of her being a fully realized hero from the beginning.
Yeah.
And just projecting herself throughout the whole thing. I thought that would have been a really cool twist.
I think it's amazing.
Yeah, but, who knows? Other people might have some even more cool, fantastic ideas than that. So, love to hear it. So,
would love to.
All right, that's all we got, guys. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.